Alright, gang. We played into the start of game turn 11. Or, well, it's getting ready to start game turn 11. So, see, we did 1, then we did 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we played 8, 9, and 10. And this game is over. After I finally got a clarification on how the victory point determination works. Well, here, I'll show you. Check the track here. So you check the victory points. At the end of every turn, there's a victory check segment. And on the chart here, you have a range. Now you see it on 10 turn. If the score is 19 victory points for the Soviets or less, it's a German victory, game over. If it's 31 or more, it's a Soviet victory and the game is over. So if I come up here to the chart, you'll see that it is, and believe me, they were negative for a while. It's actually 9 points. So that's well below the 20 that was needed. So the Germans win a victory on this one. I'm gonna have to play this game again because you need to. I don't know how you're gonna do it to push hard as the Soviets. And like I say, to get these successful attacks, you've got to have massive odds if you want to get any kind of possible guarantee that you're going to upset the German units. So you've got to work in stacks. You need to have multiple stacks hitting a target, which is kind of hard with the activity points that you get, because the most the Soviets are going to get in one turn, I mean, the most they could possibly get, and I don't think the charts even have that, would be 9 for each front. So if you were to roll, if you were to get 18 points, you have to split them between the fronts. And you have to split them evenly. So, most time I was getting 11 or 8. So if you get 11, you would have to split them 6 for one front, 5 for the other. The Germans, different story. They get what they get and you use them anywhere. Now, I will say this, that I guess in a sense it kind of represents what von Manstein did, because all these Waffen-SS units and these Panzer Grenadier divisions or these Panzer divisions got flooded into the area to stop the push. I'm going to find some maps to see how far the Soviets actually got. They did take Kharkov, right, which was, I think, I don't know, it's 10 or 12 or 14 or something like that. It was 10, which still wasn't enough. Now, it did get the Russians into the positive. A couple of attritions on these units over here were helping a little bit, but the Germans, well, of course, I chose to flood them in some of these Panzer Grenadier divisions and these infantry divisions down in here. And when I got to use these chips right here, the Alpha chips, I was able to rebuild some of these divisions. And like that Panzer Grenadier, or that division right there, and this was a key one, both of these divisions right here. So there's like 23 points right there. And like I say, the Russians having nothing to go through that hole. So if I play this again, I would have to rethink how I approach this. Or how I would push with the Germans. Do I just leave one section alone, leave the strength there, like maybe just leave this alone, or do I force everything this way and drive on Stalino to try to get those victory points, which Stalino is really, it's only worth 8. The German units are weaker down there at the start than they are through Kharkov here. And, using the administrative movement, I was able to, and with the Russians too, to get these German units into the right locations faster. I mean, I hung on to Kharkov for a long time. So, and then of course that was the uprising thing that happened. There was no Germans in there, and the Soviets got within 2 hexes and they won that uprising. Which, not sure what the difference is in there. I need to read the rules on that too, because I mean, if it's occupied, can that still happen? But I mean, they would have took it regardless. So they never did drive these guys out of Belgrade, and that might have been a plus, because I think Belgorod. Let's see, Belgorod is worth. Belgorod's worth 3. So no, not really. So Kharkov was the key, and down here, Dnepropetrovsk would have been. I think that one's a 14-pointer. So they would have had. So I might need to rethink that and drive faster, or try to push harder. I maybe push through this pocket in here, see if I can't break out. Also, the German these bonus chits or activity chits, whatever you want to call them, that they draw. As the game goes on, you start to replace level 1s with level 2s, and then level 3, and the Germans are far better. So they have better benefits. Still, all in all, good game. I will definitely have to replay this one because I need to figure out another way for the Soviets to make better ground. And like I say, I'm going to go do some reviewing here and find out just how far they got during this offensive. All right, so there's the final map. You see it. I say it was 8 points to the positive with the Soviets. That's not enough to keep them in the game. Yeah, I could keep playing just to see what happens, but the rules are the rules. And I'm sure I messed up enough of them as it is. Plus, the Germans were starting to reinforce these other victory locations. And I don't even know if the Soviets would ever gotten there because I kept delaying them with these German units here. They will get a big burst of reinforcements towards the end of the game, but it's only like a couple turns. So, all right. Well, that's all of that. If you enjoyed this view of von Manstein's Backhand, though, it's a good game. To me, it's worth the purchase. I've had this for a while, so I'm not even sure what I paid for it. I can't remember where I found it at. But it's worth the play. It is, because with the fact that you're using C3I points, and from those C3I points, you spend those to roll a dice to see how many activity points you're going to get, especially with the Russians and the Germans early in the game. You've really got to think hard about, well, in the first 2 phases, for the first Schwerpunkt and the second Schwerpunkt phases, who am I going to move? Who am I going to attack with? And then on the general phase, the third phase of their turn, you can either move or you can combat. So if you're going to combat, they already have to be adjacent. Well, the German player gets to go second, so during his second Schwerpunkt, all he's got to do is move back a hex. And then those Soviet units will have to move forward. They won't be able to combat them. So you can use that to an advantage too. So I guess that's one of the things that aids the, maybe that's something pointing towards, by letting the Germans go second, pointing towards the quality of the German unit, the German troops compared to the Soviet troops during this time period. Just a thought. All right, so that's it. If you enjoyed this stuff, hey, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe, smack that bell if you want to keep up to date on other stuff I'm doing. I'm still working on the Civil War campaign game, Look Away. I'm about 80% through the rules. Hope to get that up on the table. Well, it's on the table, but I hope to get to playing it here real soon. That'll be a slow play as I'm trying to, I've read the rules, but now trying to make sure I employ them properly in the game, and I'm sure I'll boo-boo because the rules set in that is deep. All right, GMT's von Manstein's Backhand Blow, 2002. Excellent game. Worth the money. If you can get your hands on one, get it and play it. All right. We'll get back to you with something new here soon. Thanks for watching.